2017 is in the bag, and we put a lot of eShop games in our Switch bags this past year. Today, we're telling you our top 5 best favorite eShop games. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here, and downloadably, the Switch was on fire, I feel, all of 2017. It was a very, very tough task to lower this list down to just 5, but we have done that. And I want to make clear that these are our personal 5 favorite games, and they are the ones that we played the most, enjoyed the most, and had the most fun with on the Switch. Make sure to let us know in the comments down below what your top eShop game of 2017 was and why. We're very curious to see how the community views the eShop and which titles you guys and girls loved most. So, with all that being said, let's kick things off, Gabe, with number 5, Overcooked.
Overcooked is a phenomenal co-op game. You can have a ton of fun with any number of loved ones, or maybe people you don't even love. And by the time you are done playing Overcooked, if you love them at one point, you might not love them anymore. Unless you guys are like Zach and Jake, when everything is hunky-dory right after the video. But it's such an intense game, and it has been good on other platforms, of course. But the Switch port is so perfect. The split Joy-Con makes it very, very easy to get into, and you know, there's very little we can say about the game that we haven't said before, but it's a great time.
Absolutely. And I love the intensity and the either camaraderie or chaos that is created by Overcooked. And like you mentioned, Gabe, when I play it with Jake, we just have a laughing great time. Jake's a great sport. I played with other people that end up hitting me. So it's a game that inspires a lot of emotion. Some people have complained about a few issues with performance. I personally never ran into any of those. I love being able to take this with me. It is a great wait-around game. So if you're waiting at a restaurant, you're waiting in line, you pull this out, split those Joy-Con, and start cooking. And it gets you in the mood for your upcoming meal.
Zach, if you're waiting at a restaurant and you're playing Overcooked, you're going to want to just get in the back and do it yourself.
Yeah, like, who needs to wait? I don't want a table. I just want to go back to the kitchen and make this happen. I am a master at making pizza, at making soup, at making all sorts of simple dishes that Overcooked teaches you about. The port love continues, though, with number 4, and that is Rocket League. This was much anticipated all year long. It came out with cross-platform play, and Gabe will tell you that it definitely delivered.
Yes, we streamed this on our channel a little bit. We got a chance to play with some viewers who were very, very good at the game. And I guess that's the one deterrent about Rocket League on Switch. If you're new to it, you should absolutely still get it because the game is phenomenal. For anyone that doesn't know, it's car soccer, and that's the purest form to put it in. But people have been playing it for so long. There's now a community of over 40 million players worldwide, which is insane. It's absolutely insane. And on Switch, you have access to playing with a ton of them because of the cross-platform integration. So amazing game. Had a whole lot of fun with it. I'm currently downloading a patch for it right now. Haven't played it in a little while, but you know, just because we were making this video, I got the itch to play it once again. Downloading that patch now. I'm going to get back into some Rocket League tonight on Switch, and it's another one where, you know, playing with your friends can both be amazing and infuriating if the correct circumstances are at play. But Rocket League absolutely must own. It's always on top of the eShop charts. It's great.
Yes, and Rocket League does have wonderful online integration, but something you'll notice about our list is a lot of local, because we feel like that's where the Switch shines brightest, and sometimes it shines bright by yourself. Steamworld Dig 2 is our number 3 game, and it says a lot about the number 1 and 2 games that this is 3, because it's a phenomenal original adventure. We both love Steamworld Dig 2. We both completed it. It is fun, I feel, from start to finish, and they nail the gameplay loop. Image Informed Games are phenomenal developers. Steamworld Dig 1, Steamworld Dig 2. They just released Steamworld Heist Ultimate Edition on Switch. I think that is a very worthy pickup as well, and they're promising a bunch of new Switch games in 2018, which is exciting, but this one is cream of the crop for them, and I feel like it is a near perfect side-scrolling action adventure.
Yes, with the slight Metroidvania mixed in there as well. The progression in the game is it's top notch, man. Every time that you end up dying, you want to go back and get the stuff that you left behind. I wish there was a few more boss battles, because I enjoyed those quite a bit. There just wasn't a ton of them, but you know, for the price, you cannot go wrong with Steamworld Dig 2. It is a game of the highest caliber. I think it's phenomenal.
It's so good, and it has some good jokes, Gabe. If you're looking for a little bit of old robotic mining humor, it gets you. And there is the opportunity to gun for 100%, and complete some really tough platforming challenges, which I definitely appreciated. If you want tough challenges, though, number 2 is probably a good one for you, and that is the much discussed, heavily loved, always making an appearance on some lists, Snipper Clips. What can we say about Snipper Clips, Gabe? I think that's it. Snipper Clips, number 2. Yeah. Cooperative chaos, amazing friend building, and one of the brightest stars of the original Switch lineup. Such a unique idea, and one that was incredibly cool, and still is, with the expansion pack and with its ability to make Gabe more wonderful friends.
Yeah, like every time I make a new friend, and I'm not joking when I say this, I make it a point to play Snipper Clips with the new people that I meet, or new people that come into my life. It's almost like you know, a rite of passage almost to see if you can be my friend. Snipper Clips is my test. So, like you said, what else can we say? We could probably just go on to the next one here.
Yes, and number 1, I feel like no one's gonna predict this, but again, this is our list, and we wanted to go with our favorite eShop game, what we felt was the best, and this is a game that I can legitimately say is my favorite Switch game. I know that sounds crazy, but I have had the most fun. I think it's the perfect fit, and of the eShop games, this is my favorite, and that is Enter the Gungeon.
Oh, man.
Wow. This is an incredible roguelike that is very difficult. It is obviously focused on guns, collecting crazy guns. There are all sorts of awesome references to other indies and other games in general. You go from floor to floor as things ramp up in difficulty, in amount of enemies, in variety, and you try to survive. And you have to balance, are you going to sacrifice your better guns now? Are you going to go balls out and risk health? Are you going to buy new guns? Are you going to buy health? Are you going to hope that you can beat the boss and get some of your health back? Are you going to open chests? Are you going to break chests? What are you going to do? Lots of moment-to-moment choices, fantastic gameplay, and it is the perfect fit on Switch. I legitimately play this every day. Every person I've recommended it to buys it and gets addicted. We've seen a bunch of people on Twitter that have picked up Enter the Gungeon and love it. It is a port, yes, but it is a perfect port, and there are so many wonderful quality-of-life decisions in the design of Enter the Gungeon that it just enhances the experience on Switch, because Switch is such a quality-of-life type device. Take it with you anywhere. Play it in the bathtub. Play it in bed. Play it on the train. And Enter the Gungeon, with its quick ability to quickly restart runs, with its clever usage of the buttons and how they allow you to teleport from room to room, there is no part of the game that feels cumbersome or delayed or nauseating or annoying. It is just pure gaming goodness, and I absolutely love it.
Any game that can find its way into Zach's life to the point where he plays it every single day is probably worth checking out. I've played Enter the Gungeon as well. I love it too. The gameplay is perfect. The difficulty for some might be off-putting, but you and I both agree that it's, for us, it's not I'm not saying we're gaming gods or anything, but I don't think we find it as difficult as a whole bunch of other people do. I mean, it is difficult, right? But you can make it a few floors, for sure. But don't let that detract you. I still think it's absolutely worth getting, and I think it's number 1 on our list for a reason. Again, every single day Zach plays this now.
$15. Some people say, Binding of Isaac is a better game. Binding of Isaac, guys, it's Afterbirth Plus, but it started out at $40. I think $15 is such an aggressive price. We know that Dodge Roll has been pleased with the sales, and I hope that we get the expansion on Switch, because we know that's in the works for the other versions, and I can't see why they wouldn't bring it to Switch. So I'm pretty pumped for that. There's a ton of content. You're constantly unlocking new guns. You're constantly unlocking different NPCs that help you build your runs, and it's a game that really progressively builds upon itself. And you start off limited and then grow and go, and man, it's again, a big theme here is frustration and chaos, but not because the game's bad, but because you want to do so well. Overcooked, you screw up that last recipe, frustration and chaos. Rocket League, you get scored on the last few seconds, frustration and chaos. Steamworld Dig 2, you lose all of your gems and die, frustration and chaos. Snipper Clips, Gabe tries to cut you into a freaking Green Bay Packers logo, frustration and chaos. Enter the Gungeon, you have that perfect run, and then you somehow just get hit by a crazy room full of zombie bullets. I mean, the charm of that game definitely reduces the frustration, but I think that emotion clearly factored into our list here, Gabe. So we're going to be looking for many more emotional games and chaotic games in 2018. Make sure to let us know your favorite eShop game and why in the comments down below. We're definitely very curious. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting us throughout the year. It has been fantastically fun to share all of these games with you, and we hope that 2018 is full of even more awesome eShop games. We'll be bringing you coverage of those as soon as we can. Until that time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day for myself and Gabe. Switch Force out.